Welcome. In front of me is a LENOVO Tab K11 Plus, and today I'll show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now, if you have the separation between toggles and the notifications, you will want to swipe down from the right side specifically. I have both of them, so it doesn't really matter. Now, somewhere in this area right here, we can swipe down on it, and this will extend the list, showing us a bunch of toggles, hopefully revealing our screen recording toggle. Now, if this isn't visible anywhere in this list, you can actually add it by clicking right here on this little box, and then finding it somewhere below right here, below the text, hold and drag to add tiles. So everything right here, whatever you want to add, you just hold it. The text right above this one here changes, and you can see now you can drag it around, you can drag it above that text, drop it, and when you go back, this will stay added. So now with the toggle being present in this list, we can hold it again, at least the first time around, and this will take you to the settings. In here, we're looking for the screen recorder right here, and you want to probably start off with the resolution and change it to high. I believe high is actually 1080p, so yeah, that's going to be a better option than presumably 720. We also have screen recording shortcuts, so press and hold the power button and volume up button to basically start a recording and stop recording. It's turned off, we don't really need it, we do have the toggle right here. And next we have sound source. So we have a couple options: no sound, equipment sound, equipment meaning the tablet itself, microphone, and both. Now, if you're planning to record both, I would recommend using some kind of headphones for this, earbuds or anything like that, as what would typically happen is when you're recording both, the system sound gets recorded internally, and then it gets played through the speakers after it's already been recorded, at which point the microphone might pick it up second time, which would create an unwanted echo effect on your screen recording. And we also have display touch positions. This will record a semi-transparent gray dot where your finger was touching the display. I'll enable this just so you can see how that looks like on the recording. So with everything set up, we can just close this. Let's find the toggle once more and simply tap on it this time. And you can see it's right here. So we're going to click on the red circle, which will begin recording. And whatever you'll do right now will be recorded. Now I do want to see if we have some kind of crappy applications right here, but it looks like we don't. Okay, so I'm just going to open up, let's see, files as an example right here. Now once you're done recording, you can click right here again, and this will save the recording. And we can click on the X to get rid of this overlay. So now to view the screen recording, open up your Photos application, and you might see your screen recording on the first page, but actually if you are signed into a Google account, you probably won't. What you will see instead is collections, I think, as a tab right here. And when you click on it in this collection, there will be one called Screen Recorder. So it's basically albums. Now you can see it right here, the text. So I can click on this and this will actually take me to that album as well. But these disappear in this tab specifically, meaning Photos tab, when you are signed into your Google account. And anyway, from here we can just view our screen recording. Now, I do want to quickly talk about one more thing, which I wasn't really able to show right here, but you might experience it occasionally, which is some applications choose to black screen recordings and screenshots. It's the same feature used for both screenshots and screen recordings, so they only do one blocking for both, basically. Now, this is typically done to protect the privacy and security of the user, meaning you, and it's used for the most part by bank applications. So bank applications obviously usually hold your funds, so it's kind of nice that they do try to protect it. And if you ever somehow manage to have a virus on your tablet, that is using screenshots or screen recordings to try to see what kind of pins or passwords you're using to sign into, well, let's say, your bank. You can imagine how that would be very bad for the security of that application. So when you open up that application and you need to sign in, such a crappy malware trying to get this, what it gets is just straight up a black screen as a recording when that application is open. And screenshots cannot even be taken. So that's really nice. But I do want to say there are other applications that have no business using this, like streaming platforms. They don't do it to protect your privacy and security. They actually do it to protect themselves from piracy. And they're making it your job on your device that you paid money for, responsible for protecting them from such a thing. Now, you should not care whatsoever about piracy problems of a platform. You're paying them. You're not responsible for their security. If you are, you should be taking a security consultant fee for it. And you're not. So, therefore, completely ignore this bullshit and find other ways to capture what you want to. As capturing content on, for instance, Netflix, through screenshots or screen recordings is not illegal. Just because an application makes it automatically clumps you up as a filthy little pirate because you're trying to do something that they wouldn't want you to, it doesn't make you a criminal right away. It's as long as you're, you can capture it, and as long as you don't share it, it's fine. And also, if you capture only, let's say, like 30 seconds or so, it falls under fair use. So you can even share that as well, so it doesn't matter. So it's just, applications trying to enforce their bullshit, even though they have zero ground on to kind of try to do that. And because I find it that you are the owner of your own device, as you paid for it, not for instance, Netflix, they should have zero say in this. But because they try to, I'm going to be showing you alternative ways of capturing this kind of content. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be using Netflix for this because once an application blocks it, you can't really do anything with that. But what you can do instead is open up your browser. Now, let me just get rid of this. Got it. So, in here, I'm going to be showing you how to find websites that will allow you to view this content. It will be done through the browser without needing any kind of account, subscription, or any kind of other garbage, because as long as you're already paying for, let's say, Netflix, let's be honest, you shouldn't be paying for another subscription to still capture what you would want to. And it's, screenshots and stuff like that, you can share it however you want. It literally isn't illegal. It's not piracy. So you're good to go. And if you're paying for this content on Netflix that you're trying to capture right now through this method, again, you're already paying for the service, so you're not really pirating it. Now, what I'm going to be showing you here is a kind of a, let's say, search term. Now, I'm going to be using pstream, stream.mov, alternatives as a search term. Now, pstream was a site that I used to show, but no longer works. Now, just because that site is taken down, doesn't mean that the info behind it is as well. So, by searching for alternatives to this, I can find other sites that achieve the same exact thing. Now, additionally, you can also try to search for things like, for instance, free alternatives to Netflix or Hulu, whatever platform you're using, right? And primarily, you're going to be looking for Reddit. Now, you can technically look at AI overviews, but that would give you absolutely nothing. The only good recommendation in here, as far as I can tell, is the Streamio right here. But that on its own is not even that great. It's through using a plugin like Torrentio, but at that point, that is piracy. And that is illegal. So I'm not going to be talking about that one or recommending it, because in here we get better options. When you click on it, you can see there are some amazing users that basically give you a couple options right here. So links to different sites that do the same thing. And like I said, depending on how you search for it, you might find different examples here to different sites. And that's good because not all of them work the same way. Some of them are annoying trash that has a lot of ads on it, trying to, basically get as much ad revenue as they possibly can. So probably stay away from those. They're just annoying, and they will work basically shittier than the already crappy kind of Netflix or other thing, right? So you might as well find one that does the thing correctly and doesn't try to open up a new tab that is taking you for every freaking click on a screen, so it can, get ad revenue from every literal interaction. You're already paying for the damn service, so you might as well not be paying it with your time as well. But going back to this, once you find a site that you like and open up content that you want to capture, you can do so as it's running through the browser, and browsers don't block it. So whatever you open up in it, you're free to capture. Now, anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.